Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Houston Trong, and today we welcome onto the show Antoine Savoie. Now, Antoine is a local trader here in Montreal. He's also an entrepreneur, and he delivered a presentation at November's Montreal Traders Meetup, where he spoke about how to use sentimental analysis to create an edge in your trading. So in today's show, I thought we could explore that topic further and just hear more about Antoine's trading experiences. So, Antoine, greetings. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks, Houston.
You're welcome, my friend. So let's start from the top. Why don't you just share with us your story? How did you get started with trading? And I know you have a background in entrepreneurship, so maybe give us that angle as well. How did you just start off, as an entrepreneur and then make your way to trading?
Yeah. So I started my first businesses about when I was 13 years old. I built a video game platform in France, in Europe. So it became a big success very rapidly. So we become the top video game platform in France in just 3 months. So I was making like a recurrent money on this business, and my dad was an independent stock trader in the past. So it was like never invest in the stock market. You will lose all your money. Never do that. It's not gonna work. And so, as a kid, I was like, "Oh, my dad sent me to not do that, so I will do it.
I gotta do it now."
At 13, I was interested in invest my money that I was making with the company.
Okay.
So I started reading about the stock market. And I was not understanding how the markets work, really. I was not at 13 years old. You don't even know what's the financial world. Mm. So I didn't understand how the market work, and I put trading away for like 3 years. And when I became 16. I started in other businesses in the clothing industry.
Okay.
So I was making a good amount of money with that, and I was interested in investing my money in the stock market for real. So I read a lot of book about the stock market, the financial world, and the how you can make money with investing. I was also looking at real estate at this time, and I chose to more understanding about the stock market. So I was watching some some Canadian stock about Bombardier.
Okay.
And the stock was dropping a lot and reached a lowest level since a very few years. And at this time I was telling to my dad, hey, we need to land $50,000, put $15,000 in this company. We will make a lot of money and we will gonna be rich and stuff like that. So my dad was like, man, you're kidding. You're crazy, we will lose everything. And I was like, oh no, we need to do that. So after that I didn't do it because my dad was not lending me some money. Yeah. So 1 week later, the Quebec government invested $1 billion in the Bombardier to keep jobs. Yeah. And the stock just go up for the last 2 years after that.
Right.
So I was like, oh man, I missed a very great opportunity. Yeah. And at this time, I knew that there was a good way to make money in the stock market. Okay. So as I was not 18, so I cannot go to the bank and create a business account or like a brokerage firm account. Yeah. So I was practicing with a demo account on the stock market. Okay. And after that, when I turned 18, I was not understanding not very much how the market worked, but I invest with my live account looking at the fundamentals of the company.
Okay.
So I was just looking how the company works and what was the idea of the company, and it was a penny stocks.
Okay.
I was just like speculating on penny stocks about the idea of the company.
Yeah.
So I made at the beginning a good amount of money, but it was just luck. Penny stocks are pump and dumps, and I just took the pump, sell, and doesn't took the pump, but the dump. But after that, I continued trading penny stocks and lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it took me 7 months after that to make my first dollar of profits.
Okay.
And it was very hard for me, and because I'm not I didn't have a job, a full-time job, and I was not in the business world at this time.
Okay.
So I didn't have a business. I didn't have a recurrent incomes, and I was at college also.
Okay.
So it was kind of hard. And in January 2018, I discovered the Forex market. And I was introduced by a friend. And it was like, man, you need to understand how technical analysis works. And I was like, no, man, I don't trust this type of things. I don't think lines on the charts are saying if the institution are gonna buy or sell.
Yeah.
So I didn't believe in this system of technicals, but I take a course of technical analysis with that guy, and it was great because this guy is just using a technical approach, and he's certified by the CFA and the CMT.
Okay.
But for me, I didn't believe in this strategy of the technical in Forex market.
Yeah.
So after that, I just find my way through the Forex market and build my own strategy using fundamental and sentiment analysis.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing your journey. A lot of stuff there, lots of stuff to unpack and talk about. So one question that came to my mind is, because you've had such a deep background in the entrepreneurship world, what do you think what are some of the, positive things that you've taken from the entrepreneur world and brought into trading? So do you find those two worlds similar? Do you find it helps to have the entrepreneurial mindset and to have in trading, or do you find that those two don't mix? What's your feeling around that?
It was very for me. It was the mindset was not there, because I think entrepreneurship mindset and trading mindset is different. Sometimes in business world, you need to take decision right away, and it's kind of not you just took an action and don't really think about it.
Yeah.
Just do what you need to do right now.
Yeah.
And you don't wait for things. You do it right now. And in trading is different. You need to wait for a great setup. You need to be patient and control your emotions and stuff like that. And in the business world is different. You don't have to control your emotion, I think, in the entrepreneurship world.
Yeah.
So it was kind of different, but what helped me a lot is to understand, to share with some friends, some other traders, and the fact that I was not afraid to talk to others helped me a lot, because when I started trading at the Forex market, I was writing on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I was searching for traders. I was just typing traders Montreal.
Yeah.
And I had all traders from Montreal, and I was asking them, "Hi man, I'm a new trader on the Forex market. Do you have some advice to give me and some tips that might help me?"
Yeah.
So I found Michel Villa.
Yeah.
on LinkedIn. So I write it a message about do you have some tips and stuff like that. And he said me go to the Montreal meetups of traders.
Cool.
Yeah, so I go to the meetup and I learn a lot of stuff in about 2 hours, more than I learn about a years of learning by myself. So this part of not being afraid of talking to others and not being afraid to ask for help. Helped me a lot in trading.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think it shows you have a deal of humility too, because it's hard sometimes to ask for help, right? It's uncomfortable. No one wants to look like they don't know. So coming at it from that approach, I think as someone who wants to learn is a fantastic approach. So and also the fact that I think for me I need to have success in trading. For me, what I think is you need to have other source of income. Yeah.
Because it's kind of afraid of. For me, if I only have one source of income, I was like, oh man, I need to make money this week. I need to make money this week in the market, and it put pressure on me. And it's this time that you don't realize your goals in trading, and
and it begins to play a bit of havoc on your mindset and your psychology, right?
So the mindset of the entrepreneur of building a cash flow and building have a good cash flow helped me a lot to become a full-time trader rapidly.
Dale and I, Dale Miller, he presented at last month's meetup as well. And I just finished talking to him a couple of days ago. And we had a similar conversation. We talked about the importance of not being needy, especially with the markets, right? If you're needy, then you tend to act in a way that's actually unproductive in the markets. You tend to, like you said, maybe overtrade, or you try to take trades that are maybe not ideal because you're trying to make something happen, right? And it's that neediness. You can just sense it, right? You can just sense the neediness, and the market senses that. And unfortunately, that's not a characteristic that is positive in the markets.
That's right.
So share some more. So you started off with stock trading. You dabbled in penny stocks, and you kind of got spanked a bit in the penny stock world. Then this year in 2018, you made the big shift over to Forex. What's your trading approach now? So what does your trading look like? What's your trading day look like? Do you trade every day? What instruments do you trade, and so forth?
Good. So I'm also trading stocks a little bit.
Okay.
For more long term, and because I just took a position on Netflix in January.
Okay.
And took it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And just closed in June.
Okay.
And so I trading stocks also, but for very long term or more long term, and it's like an investment that you don't care about.
Right.
So you forget about it, and you just say, okay, this trade is going on, and I can sleep great. I can also trade Forex and make some profits of day trading Forex and swing trading. But what I'm looking for on the market is I'm looking at the big picture, so the fundamentals. So macroeconomics, like the interest rate, the GDP, the unemployment rate, all the fundamental stuff that are the big picture. So the big picture of an economy, and after that, I'm looking at the what I call the sentiment. So the mood of the market today.
Okay.
What the market is feeling today is because sometimes the fundamental, the big picture can be, by example, positive. And the sentiment can be negative. So you need to know how much the sentiment is strong, and how much the fundamental is strong. And it's what I use. It's I'm looking to the best trade I do is I'm looking to fundamental positive, sentimental positive, and fundamental negative and sentimental negative.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for in the market, and after that, I'm looking at the charts. So if by example, if the fundamental is negative and the sentiment is negative also, I know that I'm looking for a short.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at the chart, and I know I'm looking for a short. So I just look at the chart to find the best entry price.
Sure.
And I don't look at some. Many people ask me, what is the time frame that you take your trades, or what are the time frame are you looking at the charts? And I'm not looking at the time frame because this is not universal. What is universal on the market is the price. So I'm looking at the price, some key levels on the price, the price of demand and supply, and because for me, I think 90% of the Forex market is controlled by institution. So I was asking myself how the institution works, how they trade. And I thought with a lot of Forex trader for institution, and they said me, we are just looking at demand and supply levels.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at the price, if this is cheap or expensive.
Yeah.
So that's when I build my fundamental approach and my sentimental approach, and after that, looking at the price, only the price, because this is what the institution are looking for.
Okay. So you're looking at price last to just confirm, or as a method of time your entries, right? Like you said.
Yeah. That's right.
Because so you're going in with the bias already, the fundamental and the sentimental, that they're lining up, that creates your bias, and then you're looking at price to confirm an entry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because where the price has bounced in the past will happen in the future. So we are humans. We are doing that. We are doing that normally. We are looking just. Yeah.
It has a memory because we're human beings, right? We see the patterns and we see the numbers hit over and over. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just taking the time to study the charts also.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trading like 20 pairs. I'm just trading 10 pairs.
Okay.
And this is the pairs that I'm more comfortable with.
Yeah.
This is the pair that I studied the most and that I found the most profitable for me.
Okay.
And this is the level that I know where they are. I'm not trading like CHF GPY and I'm just trading like the very major, the most traded currencies.
Yeah.
Like Euro, USD, GBP, GPY, and stuff like that. And my most trades are on GBP, GPY, and all the GBP pairs and Euro pairs.
Okay. So I guess a lot of people are probably wondering, so what do you mean by sentimental analysis? So what does that look like to you? How do you determine the sentiment?
Yeah, this is a good question. So for me, what I'm looking when I need to know the sentiment of the market today, I'm looking before the London session. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I'm looking at I open my I don't do like publicity or whatever, but I look at Forex Live and Ron Squawk.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a Nojo Squawk and a website of Forex News.
Okay.
So I'm looking at what happened in the last session, the Asian session.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at what the market is focusing right now. So because in the Forex market, there's a lot of news and a lot of statistic going on. And what I'm looking for is that like a press conference.
Yeah.
All the stuff that the central banks are saying is like a little parts that they gave you to form your opinion of the market.
Mm-hmm.
And Forex Live just give you this little parts. So you don't need to do it by yourself. You just look at Forex Live or RunSquawk, and they are saying, or central bank are focusing on that, and this data coming up will be very important. So I just wait for the data to come up.
Yeah.
And if the results is positive, I'm looking for a buy, and if not, I'm looking for a short.
Okay, I see. So those websites then help give you an idea of what the markets are looking for in terms of what's positive or negative, right? So if this report comes out, the market's interpreting it, if certain results are interpreted positively, then that fits your fundamental analysis as well. Then that's going to give you a chance to look for buy signals.
Yeah, exactly. But by example, yesterday was the interest rate release on the Canadian,
mm-hmm.
the central bank, and it was negative.
Yeah.
So I just took a buy on USD CAD.
Right.
Yeah. And when the data comes out, I know that the sentiment is negative. I read the central bank document about the interest rate release.
Yeah.
And I just know there are a buy opportunity.
Okay.
And what the market is doing yesterday and today?
Yeah.
Just CAD is going down a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And so your approach then is to perhaps like trade the reactions on these news events versus trying to get in before the event and trying to predict maybe what the release might do, right?
Yeah, I'm not looking at I'm not doing because I don't enter in position before the news is coming out.
Yeah.
Why? Because I think it's speculation.
Yes.
You don't really know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not my kind of thing, but sometimes it can, like the Brexit is not coming out, but
mm-hmm.
we can speculate about that.
Yeah.
And it's just about the headlines. I'm looking at the Brexit headlines in London.
Yeah.
And if the headlines are positive or negative, I'm looking for short or buy.
Okay. So what happens if you have a conflict, right? So your fundamental view says, okay, it's a buy, and then the sentimental gives you like, kind of a negative sentiment. What do you do at that point? Do you sit on your hands, or what do you tend to do?
For me, I don't trade when this is happening.
Okay.
I'm not, because I have businesses and I have other sources of income.
Yeah.
So when this is happening, I'm just like, okay, I don't trade. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I just do other things and just not entering in a trade that will stress me out and,
right.
and knowing, oh man, I'm gonna lose money, or man, I need to watch this trade.
Yeah.
So yeah. I just don't trade when this is happening.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's happening, like, yeah. Because we all do like emotional mistakes, and this is emotional mistakes kind of thing. And because most of my trades that I missed are emotionals.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you just need to review your trade.
Yeah.
The best advice you and Etienne give me, it was like to review my trade, and you need to do what other traders don't.
Yeah.
And other traders don't review their trade. So I just review my trades. I pass more time reviewing my trades to actually trading.
Nice.
I'm reading books, reviewing my trades, listening audios, podcasts, watching video contents, and more than just actually trading.
Yeah.
Because we always want to get better, Trading is the type of thing that you cannot say okay, I'm an expert. I don't need to achieve more.
Yeah.
You always need to practice and learn new stuff because it's a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You and Michel Thomas send me like, yeah, at the beginning you will lose a lot of money, and after that you will make a little bit more,
Yeah.
and you will break even, and after that you will make money, make good amount of money, and make huge amount of money,
Good
and
money.
after
Yeah.
that it start again.
Yeah.
So you need to always learn, review your trades, and do what the others don't,
Yeah.
because you always want to get better, and when this cycle is happening at the end, you want to get back on the track rapidly.
Yeah. Great advice, man. Because at the end of the day, how do you get better at trading? I think a lot of people think you get better at trading by trading, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not. That's not always the best forum for getting better. So it's one of those things where you have to get better. It's like, you know, playing hockey or any other sport, right? You don't get better during the game. You get better
Yeah.
in between the games when you practice, right?
Yeah,
When you actually have
exactly.
a chance to practice.
And most people thinks that they will be better by learning new stuff about the market.
Yeah.
But this is not exactly the thing.
Yeah.
You need to focus on only, because you cannot master the market. No, you cannot master the market, but you can master your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And most people that are not profitable just focus on, oh man, this guy is showing me a strategy, and after that they listen to another video and the guy showing another strategy.
Yeah.
And there was like, oh man, one day I focus on the strategy and one day I focus on the strategy. But you just need to stay focused on one thing and learn the psychological stuff and find your belief. And because when I started trading the forex market, I was only technicals.
Okay.
But it was not fitting with my belief.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot master a strategy if it doesn't make sense for you.
Yeah.
You just need to believe in what you are doing and focus on what you are believing.
Yeah. Yeah. Great advice, man. Yeah. Just to, let's talk about it a bit more. Like, I think the analogy is not a great one. Like I said, you don't get better playing the game. You get better during practice. That's not necessarily true. You can definitely get better while you're trading as well, as long as you have, for instance, like a goal for your session, right? So let's say you want to get better or something because you see, like, in your, during your off hours, you reviewed your trades and you say, you know what, I tend to make these mistakes. I tend to get over emotional in certain trades, and I might want to work on that in my next trading session. That's a lot different than someone who's just, trying to take a bunch of trades because he's trying to make money. There's no, deliberation there. There's no measured effort to get better. That's just a person, just taking a bunch of trades. Versus like what you said is, you're sitting back, you're reflecting on who you are as a trader, you're reflecting on your system, what makes sense to you. And then, you're trying to incorporate that into your trading session, which, will help you get better, right? So I like what you said there a lot around staying focused on one thing, predominantly your system and who you are, right? So,
yeah. And this is the main reason why every morning when I wake up, I'm writing down my goals.
Yeah.
My goals of the day. And every month, I'm writing down my goal of the month.
Yeah. Talking trading goals or related to trading and outside of trading? What are you talking about?
Yeah, relating to trading and businesses. I'm doing this for my businesses also.
Yeah.
And because it's you need to work on your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And writing down goals and knowing are you gonna achieve these goals.
Yeah.
Gonna help you achieve results and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Because every morning you just woke up at the same hour, you write down your goals at the same hour. You need to have like you need to being consistent. You need to have consistent action.
All right.
So if you want to have a consistent result, just write down a plans and a plans of each 15 minutes what you are gonna do.
Yeah.
This is what I do personally.
Yeah. So your goals then, are they a combination of like, are they outcome goals? Are they kind of like process-based goals? Are they, qualitative goals? How would you describe the kind of goals that you're writing down and tracking?
My monthly goals is an income goals.
Okay.
So I'm looking very to an income goals, but my daily goal is more like a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yesterday I made this mistake about an emotional stuff, or I was not focusing on this stuff, or I just don't write down my checklist. Just so this is the goal of the day. Like, okay, today I'm gonna write down everything. I'm gonna stay focused.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make 20 pips or something like that. So I'm just writing down some little goals.
Yeah.
That I can apply in my trading. But the monthly goals is an income goal.
Sure. Cool. Yeah, I think it's really important to have a combination of those, right? To have those outcome goals, process goals, and qualitative goals. Because you don't want to make it all about the outcome. Because yes, I like how you put that outcome goal kind of at the end of the month. Because if you do the right things, then then you'll give yourself a really good shot at getting those goals. If you try to make an outcome goal daily, it's additional pressure, right? And sometimes you're not going to get your daily goals. And that creates sometimes it gives you bad feedback, right? A negative feedback cycle, which for some people is quite uncomfortable, quite disruptive. So what are your thoughts around that?
Yeah. Me personally, I think most people write down goals, but their goals are not realistic, or they are too much easy to achieve.
Yeah.
And for me, it was too easy to achieve. So I was I bought a book called Goals by Brian Tracy.
Yeah, old school book. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very solid guy, very good guy.
Yeah.
And it helped me a lot in the goals process.
Yeah.
Write down your goals and how to achieve everything you want more rapidly. And most people write down goals that are too easy to achieve. Don't mind if I don't achieve my goals of the month.
Yeah.
But I will do everything to achieve it.
Sure. Yeah.
And I have no regrets or thinking about it if I don't do it, because I did everything I can to achieve this goal.
And so what's the difference between that versus creating an unrealistic goal? So you said, unrealistic, what's the difference there?
Yeah, because most people in the Forex market or people that have been sold by the get rich quick or this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I with a 50-100 leverage, you can make $1 million. Yeah,
but, or go to zero, right? It's one of
And personally, I was this type of person before very being profitable. I was thinking, oh man, I'm gonna be millionaire tomorrow. I'm gonna achieve everything. I'm gonna buy a new Lamborghini and stuff like that. But there's no way to get money quickly. There's no way to get rich quick. You need to work hard on that, and you need to stay focused and control your emotion, and you need to. There was no way. I know, like you need to do the difference between luck and being a professional.
Right.
And the difference between the two is that you can make $1 million. You can in the Forex market very rapidly. You can make $1 million in about 1 year, but you will lose probably everything after that. Yeah, and I don't know if you read the book What I Learned from Losing $1 Million.
Yeah, great book.
Yeah,
I recommend that book often to people because it's a really nice read.
Yeah, exactly. And I know a lot of people in the Forex market that reach a lot of money in their capital and just lose everything. As my dad. My dad, this is what happened to him. He think he is gonna be a millionaire and stuff like that, and he just risk a lot of money thinking about the outcome.
Yeah.
And he lose all his capital.
Yeah.
Lose everything. And this is why he said to me, never trade, never invest in the market. And
yeah. So what does your dad think of now that he sees, his son getting deeper and deeper into the world of trading? What does your dad say now? Turn his opinion around, or are you still, skeptical and saying
you want to come back in the trading world? And he helped me a lot because he's giving me some advice, some lessons, because my dad was only looking at the fundamentals.
Okay.
Just like me.
Yeah.
We are not looking at chart patterns and head and shoulders, and I'm just looking at the fundamental, the economics, and the macroeconomics. And for stocks, I'm looking at the microeconomics. Okay. What happened in the company and what are the results of the quarter, and I'm looking at that, not at chart pattern. And what I think personally about chart pattern and technicals and stuff like that is that institutions are knowing that most traders on the Forex market are trading only with technicals, and they are manipulating the market to get money. All traders gonna enter there because they're at head and shoulders, but we are just looking for to invest $1 or $2 billion in the other sense of the market, and all the stop loss gonna be hit.
Exactly. Yeah.
So because Forex market is not a controlled world, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no regulation about manipulating the markets, and there's no regulation about market makers, and they can do everything they want.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I also think that retail traders, they're taught the wrong things, right? When you get into trading, most of the, like you said, most of the stuff that gets taught and shared on the internet, that's really well-known stuff. And
exactly.
And the institutions have, that may have worked a long time ago, and the institutions have been probably using that a long time ago. So now they will trade against that because it's just too obvious.
Exactly.
It's just too obvious. So it's just like in stocks. Like they always teach retail traders, when you first get to trading, right? They always teach people how to trade breakouts. Yeah,
exactly.
Which is very sexy because you're like, look, it broke out here. It's really easy to draw. Look, here's the line, and it broke out there, and just goes to 1,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
it failed. 99% of the time. For the one time it worked, you made some money, but most of the time it failed.
Yeah,
the side with institutional guys, and they sold that move. So
exactly. And when you are looking at the past, this is easy to say, there's a breakout there, man. I could have made $1,000.
Yeah.
But when this is happening right now, this is another thing.
Yeah.
You need to be very, very focused on. And this is not the same thing as looking at the past.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, most people need to learn that most breakouts fail. And I think that people, if they understood that statistic, that you would help you in your trading. That would mean, there's very certain times where most of the time you do not want to be trading breakouts. There are certain exceptions to that, but most of the time you'd be well served not just to look for breakouts all the time.
Yeah.
Because the smart money is doing the opposite most of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's a really good point around that. Now, let's go a little further. So what do you think? So what do you do then? So now that, I really like what you've done around creating additional sources of income so that it gives you the patience to only wait for the best trades, right? You don't feel compelled to have to participate in every single wiggle and every single little move when it doesn't fit your analysis, right? Your fundamental and sentimental analysis. But at the same time, it sounds like you still get emotional because you're a human being. So
yeah, exactly.
How do you manage those periods when you get over emotional, or when you get some losing trades? What's your way of managing stress, and how do you maintain that balance in your trading?
So first of all, I think you need to put limits. So limits on yourself. You need to know when you are emotional, and know when this is the stuff that happening in your life can affect your trading.
Yeah,
you need to know that, and you need to know yourself. You need to say, okay, man, my girlfriend just broke up. I need to. This will affect the market. This will affect my mind.
right.
You need to put limits. Okay, if there's a situation that can affect the market, I'm not trading.
Yeah.
And you need to respect it. And the other things is you need to put some limits on losses.
Mm-hmm.
If like I'm trading, I'm taking about 2 or 3 trades per week, approximately. And if I'm losing 2 trades in a row, I'm just closing my window and not trading until the next week.
Oh, okay. So you're very tight then with your risk management to make sure that you're staying in a good psychological place.
Yeah, because it's sure 2 losses in a row will affect my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I just close my window, and like you said to me about a few months ago, put yourself in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Like you know that if you continue like trading, you will search for opportunity to remake money, and this is when the cycle of losing happening.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. If you have more thoughts around that.
So I'm looking. I'm meditation. I'm doing meditation, and this helped me a lot to control my emotions, and not only in trading but in the business world, because sometimes there are customer issues. There's a lot of things that can happen that you don't even know. So I'm just focusing on my goals. I'm like when I meditate, I'm looking at, like, I see when I breathe, like I'm I don't know how to saying this in English, but I'm inspiring like green, because green mean success, like good profits and good things, and I'm expiring the red stuff, like the losses, all the thing that can affect my mind.
So you're inhaling green and exhaling red. Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of my mentors saying me this too in the business world. It was like, man, when you're meditating, inspired the luxury cars or your dreams, inspire what motivates you, and just expire the red thing, like the customer issues and the stuff like that. So you just think about the good stuff, and this is how I manage my emotions personally.
I like that practice. I really like that practice. It's a good way of absorbing what you want in your life, and then releasing the things that you don't want, right? So you're kind
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that you need to work your subconscious.
Yeah.
And this is what I do in my meditating.
Very nice. I like that practice a lot. Very cool.
And this is I start meditating because of you.
Oh.
Yeah, because
I didn't know that.
at the meetup about a few months ago,
yeah,
you were, man, do you do a meditation? I was like, no.
I remember asking you that.
I'm not doing this. And I was like, oh man, this stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm not able to do this. I'm just laughing every time.
Yeah.
And you asked at the guy at Meetup, you doing meditation? He was like, yeah, of course. And you said to me, man, I'm sure if I ask all around the table if there's somebody doing meditation, most of people would have raised their hand.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I need to start doing this.
Yeah.
I need to start doing this really. And just put my okay, I will try it. And you need to be open mind.
Mm-hmm.
You can be wrong. Can be wrong about something, and just be open-minded about everything, every situation, every strategy, every ideas. And when this is what most people, I think, are afraid of. Because I meet a lot of traders because I was doing like a trading session this summers.
Okay.
Like we were meeting up at my house and just sharing some charts and sharing some ideas about trading.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traders that was stick to their ideas. That good to be stick with their strategy, but it's good also to be open minded.
Yeah. And
like you say, iron sharpen iron. Like you need to be open minded, because this guy can, and me personally, there are some people that doesn't trade at all that help me in my trading. Like one of my real estate mentor, he said me, Antoine, you need to be patient to make money. You need a good investment is when you forget about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna stay longer in my trade. I want to stay longer in my trade, and I'm just gonna forget about it. Don't watch it the 5-minute chart. I'm just gonna close my window and forget about it.
Yeah.
And this is when the results come out. This is when the results go up, because I just forget about it. I stay longer. I wait for my take profit to be filled. And you need to be, there's people that can help you that doesn't have knowledge at all about trading.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I wanted to, I'm really grateful and happy to hear that you've continued your meditation practice and that you're taking it seriously. So I'm really glad to hear that.
I'm doing this about 3 every day.
Oh, nice. I'm happy to hear that. And you know, I always share that with people, that meditation is, you know, is something that is a real powerful tool that can help you with your trading and obviously, you know, your life. So I'm always happy to when I hear some positive effects from that message. So happy to hear that. And you know, just something I appreciate about you is that, you know, going back to what I said earlier, you're very humble. So the fact that, you know, you're open, it gives you the ability to be open, right? Open-minded. And to connect with people and to learn new things. So like you said, sometimes it's very hard to learn new things when you're very dogmatic, right? And
exactly.
It's very hard to learn. So I think, you know, you have some really good set of traits that have helped you as a trader. So well done on that.
Thanks.
Now, I really do like the other thing you said around managing your losses and how important that is. And I think, just something that came to my mind as you were saying that, I think if you look at your records, if you're a trader out there and you're listening to this, if you look at your records, you'll probably see that, you review your trades, right? You'll probably find that, especially if you're an intraday trader, it's an easy exercise. Within one trading session, you'd be hard pressed to find days where if you've taken more than 3 losses in a row, how many times have you been able to make that a positive day? Or you've taken 3 losses in a row, does it usually get worse or better? For most people, it tends to get worse if they keep trading, right? It's very rare where you take 3 consecutive losses in a row and you're able to dig your way out of that hole. Unfortunately, I think, it happens every now and then, like 1 out of 10 times where you have that lucky day where the market keeps moving and you're able to make the money back and make a little bit more money.
Yeah. And this is get me thinking about people are looking at the short-term results.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, look at the short term there, right?
Yeah. If you have 3 losses in a row and after that you made all your money back, it was like, oh, okay, this time I made my money back. So the second time
the next time, exactly. Yeah. But usually if you look at your records, that's never the case, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're creating a trap for yourself where in the long run, you're actually going to give back a lot more money than simply having the discipline or discipline's a hard word. Maybe the courage to actually turn off your trading screen after 3 losses.
Yeah.
We all have that nature in us where we want to, make that money back, get it back, right? It's kind of a bit of revenge, a bit of, anger, a bit of determination. It's kind of that fine line sometimes, right? Which is, it's very, dangerous to cross. So I think you have a great habit there. You got to go back to your records and say, okay, what's that magic number? Is it 2? Is it 3? It all depends on, how often you're trading, right? You find it, there is that sweet spot where you have to recognize, I cannot, if I'm going to be a businessman about it and be professional, I cannot give back all my gains, right? Or if you have no gains, then I just can't go to a place where I'm going to lose all my money, right?
Yeah.
And the way you do that is just having some rules, like you said, to make sure that you don't get in that place. Because there's nothing worse than, I think there's a thing like, I think you said it already, but trading is not just about trading. There's also a great deal of risk management, i.e. managing your P&L. So that if you want to have a positive week and, it's Friday and you've had a good week so far, you cannot have a terrible Friday where you lose all your money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Make it a negative week because you have a longer term goal, like a positive week, positive month. So whatever happens on Friday, you just cannot do something that's going to jeopardize your week and your month, right? And so that's about putting the longer term goals ahead of the daily goals. So sometimes you're going to have to take a loss on Friday, but that still means you're going to have a positive week and a place to get to a positive month. So I think it's a great discussion around that.
And it's important to agree, I think, to agree that you need to lose money to get money.
Yeah, good one.
Because some people are like, oh man, I lose money.
Yeah.
I lose money. And after that, they lose money. They lose money because they don't accept the fact that there's a risk in the market.
Mm-hmm.
There is a risk of losing money.
Yeah.
And when you are trying to avoid this risk, you are losing.
Yeah, absolutely, right? That's a paradox there, isn't it? A bit of a paradox. Yeah. And it comes down to being scared of losing the money, right? Like you haven't accepted the risk yet. So in fact, you're actually guaranteeing you're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I think it's important to have another source of income.
Yeah.
Because when you have other source of income, you can just stay focused and you don't need to, you can say, okay, this amount of money, I'm okay to lose it. And
yeah, exactly. So maybe we can jump to the next topic for a second. And I'm curious, what so far has been the things you like most about trading and maybe the least about trading?
The thing I like the most about trading is like because when I started my first businesses, I was like a coding man. I was doing a lot of coding and like a lot of programming stuff. And this developed a lot my logical minds and my reflection and my to think about the stuff before doing it. And this is, I like the puzzle thing of the market.
Yeah.
Like it's like a puzzle. You need to like, okay, this do that, and this is doing this, and okay, the interest rate there, or I release this day, and I like this kind of stuff, and I like also the fact that it's difficult.
Yeah,
it's difficult. Not everybody is able to do it. So I like this kind of stuff because
it's a challenge for you, right?
Yeah, it's a challenge, and I like that. But the thing I like at the least is you are very isolated.
Yeah.
Trading is like before I was trading in a office in my house. And now I just like 2 or 3 weeks ago I just take an office in Montreal.
Okay.
So there's people there.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm not the only person. I want to build like a trading floor.
Okay.
Something. So and I'm doing like trading sessions where we share charts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And share ideas, and the meetups also is like you are not isolated. You meet new traders and you share ideas. You talk about tradings, and this kind of stuff is kind of cool. But it's when you are like in front of the screen, you and your screen and your computer, and yeah, there's nobody else.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a guy that loves talking and love sharing and love sharing ideas and stuff like that. So it's kind of difficult for me.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you would characterize yourself as a social person. Are you more of an extrovert or more of an introvert? What side of that spectrum do you fall on? Somewhere in the middle?
I think I'm more an extrovert.
Okay. Yeah.
I love to share and to meet new people and like sharing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that I wrote down a book.
You wrote a book?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, about the power of knowledge.
Oh.
So I like because about the power of knowledge and the school education, because I don't trust the actual education system.
Right.
So I'm talking about a lot about the knowledge sharing power.
Yeah.
The power of sharing knowledge and the economy of knowledge. Like if Elon Musk is going on Mars.
Yeah.
This is a true example of knowledge power. This is knowledge. He just creates stuff with his knowledge, but it's the power of knowledge, So I like sharing knowledge, sharing stuff, and for me, it's important.
Cool. Well, speaking of knowledge, you've already mentioned some trading resources, but what are your top recommended trading books? You mentioned a couple already, but what books have you kind of enjoyed on your journey and ones that you recommend to people?
Yeah, for me, the best books, I think that's the typical book of traders also. Yeah, it's Trading the Zone.
Yeah, Mark Douglas.
Yeah.
Classic.
Because this guy is he was a very good psychological trader, I think. And he know a lot of stuff about psychology and all your minds affect what you are doing in the market.
Yeah.
And for me, the issue when I start trading is that the hardest part it was that nobody believed in me. And myself, I was not believing in myself.
Yeah.
Because every people that I met was like, man, you're gonna lose everything.
Right.
Yeah. So it's hard to believe in yourself when
you're getting that message. You're getting that message over and over again, right? Yeah.
So I had like a kind of fear of the market.
Yeah.
I was afraid to click on the mouse. I was afraid to. I was not accepting this risk.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, "Ah, man, you're gonna lose everything. You're not gonna make money." And so it was hard, but yeah.
So Trading in the Zone is a book you recommend?
Trading in the Zone is a very good book, I think.
Yeah.
I'm listening a lot of audio.
Okay.
Like a podcast, and because for me, reading like I'm a ADHD.
Okay.
You know, so when I read a sentence, I just need to reread it like 10 times. Yeah.
So it's kind of slow to read a bunch of books there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just listening like a podcast. And
so what are you listening to? Which podcasts have you been enjoying?
The Desire to Trade podcast by Etienne.
Okay. Plug our friend Etienne's podcast, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very, very good resources, and his video too. And I'm listening at the Trading Edge podcast that he does. I think about 60 episodes.
Yeah.
And it was very great. I listened all the episodes.
Okay.
And I'm listening also like JP Morgan podcast.
Okay.
Like the Investment Excellence Center. JP Morgan people are sharing some ideas about the market, some weekly review and stuff like that. I'm listening a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm also listening a lot of mindset things.
Okay. Give me an example. What's a good mindset book a mindset book that
I don't know if you know this guy. His name is Dunlock.
Dunlock?
Yeah.
No, I do not know.
He's a multi-billionaire here in Canada, in Vancouver.
Okay.
And he ran a $1 billion business.
Okay.
And this guy have a different mindset of the others entrepreneur that I know. He had this billionaire mindset since he was very young, and he just shared some stuff about this kind of mindset, like I don't know, like buy assets before luxuries.
Yeah.
And for me, like a teenager, I'm 19 now, and it's kinda hard to manage my money. You know, at 20s, you want to buy a BMW and you want to buy a Mercedes, and you know. So sometimes it's like, okay, buy assets before luxuries, but this is helping you in your trading, because if you don't buy like a luxury things, you have less pressure about paying bills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I listening a lot of mindset things, and a lot of podcasts, videos on YouTube. I don't read a lot of book about trading, but Trading in the Zone is very good. Also, What Are Earning from Losing $1 Million? Is a very good book. Gold by Brian Tracy.
Gold by Brian Tracy. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good book. These books helped me a lot in not just in trading, but in all my life and all the stuff.
We'll definitely take these titles and share them in the resource page so that people can take a look at these books, because they're great recommendations. I especially like the Mark Douglas book, right? Trading in the Zone. Like you said, a real classic. I think
exactly.
He was well ahead of his time. If you take a look, that book is probably at least 10, 15 years old now. And and he was writing about energy in that book, the way that energy forms our thoughts and our beliefs. And this is like 10, 15 years ago, before we had a better understanding of quantum science and some of these things that are kind of the nature of energy, and why our thoughts work the way they do. And Mark Douglas has kind of had a kind of a I don't know if he had an intuitive understanding of this, but certainly I don't know how much of it was influenced by science. But nowadays the science is kind of bearing that out, that obviously our thoughts are pure energy, and they're structured a certain way. So I think it's a fascinating read. So it tends to be a book that I tend to go back to every couple of years because it's that good. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
I read it more than 2 times. Yeah. Because the first time you read is you discover.
Yeah.
And after that you restudy.
Yeah.
You take notes, and you it's important to not to just read, but to set this in your training plan, and set this in your training or your business world or your mindset.
Yeah. You're a little bit more deliberate about that, right? Deliberate with your learning, and it's also a sign of a good book when you keep going back to it over and over again. So
yeah.
So as we wrap things up here, so if people have enjoyed our conversation, where can they find out more about you, Antoine? Where can they follow you? Where can they engage with you? And also share with them. You and I spoke about before the call started today. You're working on a brand new project as well, which I think is very, very interesting, and it looks to be something that's going to be very worthwhile. Maybe share that as well with the people who are listening on the call today.
Yeah, so people can join me on my personal website at AntoineSavoie.com. There's also my books on the website, but now is in a re-edition.
Okay.
For a new edition for 2019.
Okay.
And I'm also building a good project about a leaders factory, like a place where a growing community of traders and entrepreneurs and real estate investors and can share knowledge and build a strong community to help others, like a collective success.
Nice. I like that message.
Yeah, and people can join me on Facebooks. I'm in all social networks. So
okay. Easy to find.
Yeah.
Okay.
So LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, or
you're on all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, I found this conversation to be very enjoyable and entertaining. So thank you once again, Antoine, for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you, Houston.
My pleasure, man. Like I said, the Meetup, I've really seen your trading come a long way since when I first met you, early this year. Your trading's really come a long way, and to the point where you're actually sharing with the trading community now here in Montreal. It's really nice to see, your progression and the fact that you're already giving back as part of your journey. So thanks once again for sharing today, and I'll see you later this month at the next Meetup.
Yeah, thank you, Houston.
You're welcome. All right, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.